A triangle is a closed figure with three sides. All the angles inside a triangle, when added, make 180 degrees. We have different kinds of triangles. It can be an acute triangle or obtuse or right-angled. In a right-angled triangle, we have one right angle, that is 190 degrees. In obtuse, we have an angle which is more than 90 degrees. In acute triangle, all the angles are lesser than 90 degrees each. An acute triangle can be scalene or isosceles or equilateral. A scalene triangle means all sides are of different lengths. An isosceles triangle means only two sides are equal. In an equilateral triangle, all sides are equal. So an obtuse triangle also can be scalene or isosceles. Scalene means all sides of different lengths. Isosceles means two are equal. So a right triangle also can be a scalene or isosceles triangle. We have a triangle here. Is this an acute triangle? It is acute because all the angles are each less than 90 degrees. It is also an acute isosceles triangle because two sides are equal. When two sides are equal like this, the corresponding angles are also equal. So what are the corresponding sides for these two angles? This side and this side. These are the two corresponding sides for these two angles. So these two sides are called the legs of this triangle. When you have a triangle with two equal sides, those two equal sides are the legs of the triangle. This line is the base of the triangle. So we have one more triangle here. This is an acute triangle because the angles are each less than 90 degrees. Now look at the sides. They are all different. That is how we indicate the different lengths of sides. This means this is an acute scalene triangle. What kind of triangle is this? Is this an isosceles? No, in isosceles we only have two equal sides. But here we have three equal sides, which means it's an equilateral triangle. In an equilateral triangle, this is how we indicate that the sides are equal. If you observe, all the angles are also equal. When all the sides are equal, all the angles are also equal. So if all the angles are equal, let's try to find what is the measure of each angle. It is 60 degrees. Why? Because three angles put together make 180 degrees. We have another triangle here. It is an obtuse triangle, right? Because one angle is greater than 90 degrees. So, is it obtuse scalene? In a scalene triangle, all the sides are different. But here, in our case, look at the sides. Two sides are same, two sides are equal, and the third side is different. So, this should be an obtuse isosceles triangle. Is it an obtuse equilateral? No, it can be. We can't have obtuse equilateral. Okay, we have a right triangle here. Is it right isosceles? We can't say depending on what is given here. But suppose if they put lines here like this means these two sides are equal, which means it is a right isosceles triangle. When these two sides are equal, look at the corresponding angles for these two sides. What is the measure of these angles? Let's imagine each angle's name is x because both are same. So, the sum of all the angles put together makes 180 degrees. So, 90 plus x makes 180, which means 90 plus 2x is 180. Now we want x here. Let's take 90 to the other side. Plus 90, it goes to the other side and becomes minus 90. So 2x is 90, which means x is 45. In a right isosceles triangle, two sides are equal and the corresponding two angles are also equal, which makes x 45. Now these are all the kinds of triangles we have touched upon. See, we have a kind here where this angle is 40 and this angle is 50. This is a right triangle. But what kind of right triangle is it? Look at the angles here. These are different, which means these sides are also different. All sides are of different lengths, which means it is a scalene triangle. Scalene right triangle. Okay, we discussed about acute triangles with three acute angles. It can be scalene, isosceles, or equilateral. And we discussed about obtuse triangle, which means one angle is greater than 90 degrees. It can be scalene or isosceles. We looked at right triangles, which means one angle is a right angle, that is 90 degrees. So a right triangle also can be scalene or isosceles. Let's try and find the area of a triangle. We have a triangle here. The base of this triangle is b units and height of this triangle is h units. Now we need to find the area of this triangle, which means this yellow portion. Let's convert this triangle into a rectangle by drawing lines like this. Now the area of this whole rectangle is length times width, which is b times h. But we need to find the area of this yellow triangle here. Obviously, this is half of the area of the full rectangle. So area of a triangle is half times base times height. So here the base is 11, height of the triangle is 9. Let's put those values in here. So 49.5, what is the unit of measure? The unit of measure should be square meter. Why? Because we are multiplying half times base times height. That is half times 11 meters times 9 meters. We are multiplying meters times meters, which makes square meter. Now we have another example here. The base is 5 centimeter, height is 6 centimeter. That comes to half times base times height. Half into 5 into 6. This is 15 square centimeters. Now there is a concept here. We have a triangle with angles 40 and 50 that are mentioned. Now we need to find this angle here. What is this angle called? This angle is called an exterior angle because it is lying outside the triangle. These two angles are called the interior angles because they lie inside the triangle. Now let's find this angle here. This angle plus this angle plus this angle put together make 180. We know that. So let's write that down. Let this angle be x because we don't know what it is. So 40 plus 50 plus x makes 180. Let's try and solve for x. So x should be 90 here. So we found the value of this angle. So x is 90. But we know that this angle plus the exterior angle there, both are lying on a straight line and hence they put together make 180 degrees. They are supplementary angles. So 90 plus this angle should be 180. So this angle right here should be 90. So the exterior angle here is 90, which is nothing but the sum of the opposite interior angles. Exterior angle is the sum of opposite interior angles. Here we have an exterior angle here. This is the sum of opposite interior angles. So this should be 65 plus 33. That makes 98. Sorry, that was a typo there.